Questa è una delle località più esclusive d'Italia,
This is one of the most exclusive locations in Italy, Santa Margherita Ligure, a charming seaside village that has remained virtually unchanged for almost a century. The typical coloured houses of this area face the Gulf, a natural harbour where fishing boats also set anchor. Every year in spring, the Pirelli regattas take place here, involving hundreds of boats ranging from 10 metres to 30 metres in length. Over the past few years, the Pirelli brand has made a comeback in the boating world. The first entered the market more than 50 years ago with the production of rubber boats that were inflatable, an idea that originated from the production of rubber tubes found in bicycle tyres. The range includes various models ranging from 6 metres up until the flagship 14 metres. This model is the P0 1400 cabin. Just look at how large it is, as long as a yacht. However, what is the point of owning a rubber dinghy this large? Why is it better than a yacht? Well, first of all, it is much more manoeuvrable in the harbour, even if you don't have any experience, and you don't need any fenders. The rubber tubes are very fashionable. The elongated P reminds us of the brand, and the position of the logo amidship indicates the embarking point. Is that it? Not quite. The rubber tubes contain 6 separate air chambers that guarantee an air reserve that not too many boats have. The 2 sofas towards the stern can seat 6 people, and 2 teak tables can be mounted in the middle. The lockers underneath the sofas, however, are a little inconvenient, as it requires removing the cushions. At the stern, the 2 sunbeds are protected on either side by high borders. The whole area is completely made of teak, and without the padding, it looks very elegant. The hardtop, or indeed even the entire boat, can be made from carbon, making it very lightweight and robust. The 3 seats in the cockpit are incredibly comfortable because they envelop the driver and are also adjustable. Underneath the foredeck is a tall, spacious cabin that is large enough to accommodate a couple for a long cruise trip. There is also a galley that is well equipped and surprisingly large, enough to serve several guests. What interests me the most is how this hull performs. Any idea who designed it? Åke Mannerfield, a Swedish design studio that won the title of world champion 12 times. Do you know what's special about this hull? I'll show you. I'll lift it up so you can take a look. It has 2 steps in the hull. They help increase the speed of the boat. It's very easy to drive because it has a very stable structure. There is nothing that can steer this boat off course, apart from the helm, that is. It is so precise and very smooth. It is 14 meters long, but has the agility of a 7-meter-long dinghy. The angle at which it turns is really impressive. Wow, look at this! However, it really holds its position. Under the engine hood are two Volvo Penta D6 engines of 370 horsepower each, and as a propulsion system, they chose outdrives, but obviously the racing version has steel propellers. Let's put the turbo to the test. It's very responsive, there's a lot of power but also torque. 32 knots. 35. Yes. 40. Go. 41. 42. Wow, 44 knots. If you want your guests to feel relaxed, even those that are not used to being on board a boat, you can comfortably cruise at 25 knots. The engines will consume a total of just 65 litres an hour. The great thing about the diesel engines is that you can cruise at a higher speed, 3,150 revs per minute, at 38 knots, and it will consume 120 litres an hour. The distance it can travel on a full tank changes from 300 to 250 miles. Imagine what the carbon version of this boat must be like. Incredibly light, no extra accessories, with two Mercruiser engines of 430 horsepower each, making a total of 860 horsepower. Adding up the specs, I reckon it could reach 70 knots. It's a dinghy that is a lot of fun to drive, very fast, incredibly responsive, and it is as large as a sailboat. The only defect is that it costs as much as a sailboat.